Hey, what's up, WAGMI fam? This is Crypto Addict.
Yo, this is 85.
And in this video, we're actually going to talk about the VEVE app update, build 10519 that released today.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they wanted to put an article out. So it must have been really important, huh?
Yep, it's going to be interesting. So we're just going to actually read through this and give our input and opinions about the update.
Yeah. But before we go for any further, hit that subscribe button. We're still trying to get to 100 subscribers. So close. We need 4 more.
For more.
Yeah, and then we're gonna start the little giveaway. Giving away, what was it again?
Mr. Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers, the mighty Collectibles. Okay, so
First appearance.
um, yep. Yeah, first appearance. So you guys go and hit that subscribe, like this video, leave a comment about the video and any kind of feedback you guys want to give us. So we appreciate you guys so much.
Cool. All right, well, let's get to it. I got the page pulled up here. Let's go ahead and read through it. It says, while the front of house team has been showcasing VEVE to the world, the development team has been in build mode, making updates across the board for an improved user interface, user experience. This app release has significant updates in the store and market. So much so we thought they deserved an explainer article. We also want to thank everyone for their feedback. We heard you, and we're excited to share this update with you today. So pretty big deal. They made a whole article just for this update.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're doing some kind of tweaking and updates to the store markets because honestly, it's kind of, for me at least, it's a little difficult to kind of navigate and like search for certain collectibles that I'm specifically looking to buy.
Yeah, it's a terrible experience. Like every time I'm trying to find something in the marketplace, I find the marketplace, like as I scroll down, it just refreshes the whole page over and over.
Yeah, it's not very intuitive. It's just kind of, yeah. I mean, I know it's still early on in the stage, but I'm glad they're taking our feedback and making some changes. Hopefully, so we'll see how it goes.
Yep. Exciting times. Let's see what they got here. All right, it says VEVE Store Comic Integration. The main update to the store revolves around the reorganization of comics. We said goodbye to the switcher bar and have integrated comics into the main store screen. This means you can now access comics in two ways, using the comic button in the store header or scroll to find comics further down the store screen. Okay. So it looks like from the screenshot here that they have collectibles, comics, drops, and brand on the top. And then it looks like they have comics on the home page. And they have latest drops selected here with the comics listed as well.
Yeah, because before it was like a drop down menu or something like that.
Yeah, that's what they're saying with the switcher bar, which was a pain because for me, when I first got into the app and I saw that, like, I was like, oh, there's a comic drop, and I was like, where is this comic drop? Like, I couldn't find it. It's because I had to swap that drop down to comics in order to see the comic release. And I
Gotcha.
think that confused a lot of people too. What was your experience with that?
Yeah, the drop down was a little difficult. Trying to like find the latest drops or like just go on to just browse through 'em. It was like one extra step that I had to do to kind of get to. Um, that's weird.
Yeah, less clicks is always better for the
Yeah.
UI. So the fact that they're getting rid of that one extra click, I think that small little change makes a big difference.
You know what's odd? Oh, you're on Android, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think they even updated for iOS because I still have the
No?
drop down menu.
Have you
Yeah.
updated your app?
It's usually automatic. But let me see. Let me go to the App Store.
Yeah, you probably need to go to the App Store and update your app there. I updated mine's earlier today, and I kind of navigated around it. And
Aha. Yeah. All right. Cool.
you
Yeah,
got it.
I needed to update it, so I'm updating it right now.
There you go.
Cool. But yeah, I mean, I
A5
didn't.
live update.
Yeah, it just didn't look good. That little drop down menu, and plus, you wouldn't even know. Like whenever my very first time opening the app, I didn't even know there was a drop down menu to begin with, you know. So
It was
as
kind
a
of
new
hidden up there,
user,
yeah.
yeah, as a new user, like you don't know. You just think it's like a header saying like, oh, this is digital collectibles or
Hmm.
whatever, you know. So
Yeah, so
so
I
yeah.
think that's good, that they did get rid of that. There's things I like, and there's things I see here that I still don't like, though.
Hmm. What are those things?
From what I'm seeing here, like the fact that it said or scroll to find comics further down the store screen, like
Mhm.
the whole scrolling part, like when I look at this, it's very, it's almost too graphic. It's like, you know, when you're viewing something like back in the days when you're playing, like how I would play like Counter Strike, and I'm playing on like, you know, it's a low resolution. Back then, like every performance mattered. Everyone's playing on low resolution, and then
Yeah.
people started playing on like 1080p and whatnot now, and you notice that you get more information in your screen. And our phones nowadays, I mean, the resolution on our phones are much improved just for that, and I feel like they're not really utilizing that well, because
Mm,
all of these, like where it says like latest drops and it has Mr. Cartoon here, it takes up
yeah.
this whole
Space.
screen here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one
Yeah.
third of the entire app already.
Hmm.
So VV is large enough as a company now that they have a lot of stuff on their app. And for something like this, just to fill up one third of the screen already, I think that's just too much, because the other third of it is just that header
Just
on the
a
top.
collectibles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that and it's just collectibles.
you're already down to like just the lower portion, the lower
Yeah.
third of it, and like VV has a lot of information to put. Like users want that convenience, you know, to just have everything on the screen, ease of use, just click it and you're going to where you need to go.
Right.
I think that they still need to fix that. Like if you're familiar with like the Disney Plus app on the phone,
Let me pull that up and take a look. So.
it's very, it's a lot more user friendly, because it doesn't put too much information on the page, but it
Hmm.
puts a good amount for you to not have to really click around. Like everything you need's on the main screen.
Yeah.
It'll even list, like here you have brands kind of filtered out, but on the Disney app, the Disney Plus app, you actually have like brand icons. Like they're not even that big, but it's visually nice, and it goes across the bar. I may take like a screenshot and maybe post it or whatnot of what that looks like. But I think something like that helps too.
Mm.
Because even their brands that Disney has, it's smaller than these icons up here. Like our phones have, like, yes, the graphics look nice, you know, like you're looking at like very graphical comics and characters, but
Hmm.
at the same time, like you can minimize these a little more, like make them a little smaller so you don't have to scroll. Like the only other thing they have here is brand. Like why do you need a scroll to see that? Just all you had to do was make this, the whole thing, a little smaller, and then you don't have to scroll at all. You know, everything's on the page. So
That's
I
true.
think they can improve that.
I myself am a minimalistic type person, so this does seem a little too cluttered and messy um, when navigating through this. It took, like I said, usually whenever I'm using a new app, I can kind of understand how to navigate this from the first time use. But for VV, I kind of had to go through just trying to figure out what where do I buy stuff or where do I search. Um, so yeah, it is a little difficult to navigate from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm in the app now, and even
Yeah,
now as I look at it, so I have the top header portion, and then I have even above latest drops, I have coming soon, which right
right.
now shows the Amazing Spider-Man, and then right below that I
Yeah,
have latest drops. That's all I have on the screen. So what I
yeah.
really care about is, yes, I do want the coming soon.
Hmm.
Um, if you look at
Yeah,
Disney Plus app, they have a nice little slider for it at the top, but it's not as large as this. It's a good size, and I think they need to need to take a little tip from Disney in regards to this, because I think Disney has been in the game a little longer when it comes to like creating apps and stuff, and their UI is pretty nice when it comes to this stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they really need the latest drop section. What do you think? You think that's necessary?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that they can put in, yes, because
Yeah.
even with
Or at
like,
least make it smaller, you know? Like,
yeah,
I
it
don't
needs
know.
to be smaller or make it collapsible to where, let's say, if I click on latest drops, it'll collapse that section.
Yeah.
Something that will make it at least a little more friendly, and not just that. So back to like the Disney Plus app, right?
Yeah.
They have sections, so it's not just like the latest drops, which could be stuff. They have things that are like recommended for you, or like they have the new to Disney, but you notice it's not taking up that much room.
Mhm.
It didn't have things like because you watched so and so, like it has recommendations for you that actually apply to you.
Mhm.
Maybe VV could add that, because I mean all they have listed below that is you have collectibles on the top, and then you scroll down and you have collectibles again, and you have comics again, and then you have brands. You have everything that's already on the header on the top, and then when you scroll
Yeah.
down, you just have the same thing again,
Yeah.
which I think is almost unnecessary now. Like if you have everything on the main screen, that's good. That's where you keep it. If you have
Like
it,
even when you go to the brand section, like there's some there's kind of there's some redundancy going on. Like for example, there's Captain America, and then there's Captain America Mighties, and there's two Ghostbusters, and there's like 007 is like all the way at the bottom. You know, I don't know if they're trying to
hmm,
go for alphabetical order. There's Marvel, and there's you know, what else?
it
There's
looks alphabetical, but
ToyTokyo.com. There's like two of those icons. There's USPS, and then all the way above there's Day of the Dead. But so I don't know what the
I think they put 007 with
yeah,
J,
right in the
maybe
middle
for
of the
James
J
Bond.
area. So I mean, there's just a small things, and it looks really, I don't know. The Ultraman's at the top. You know, that's I don't know why he's all the way up there. Um, Back to the Future.
Anime. Okay, so
Yeah.
when I click on Ultraman, it says Anime Ultraman, so they took it as an A. That's interesting. It looks like they listed it in alphabetical order, but how they named it is a
But
little,
based off of the based off of the icons, you can't really.
yeah, it
You
doesn't
think
match the
that it's
icons.
poorly? Yeah, just you think it's just poorly kind of organized.
'Cause, yeah, it's Ultraman, but they put it in
Yeah.
the A's because it says Anime Ultraman, which is
Yeah, when
interesting.
you click it though, you know.
Even then, this is a lot to scroll, man. Like I said, smaller
Yeah,
icons.
smaller
Look at
icons. I
Disney.
agree.
Look at how Disney did it. Like
Yeah.
smaller icons, you could fit more on the page. Phones have the resolution to handle this. It'll still look clean. It'll still look crisp. Like you can change a lot with this, and I think they can improve it, because this is just the beginning. Like this app is
Yeah.
gonna fill up soon. I don't know how they're gonna fill this with more logos.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a long time to load pretty
Yeah.
soon.
All right. Let's see what else they talk about in the article.
All right.
Uh,
Collectibles found under the collectibles button. That doesn't seem any
that
different to me. To make sure you never miss a comic drop, comics will now show in the coming soon and latest drop sections. Lastly, with this update, the content displayed in the store landing has also been refined with a focus on collectibles, comics, and drops. Yeah, they had those on the top.
mhm.
Coming soon, comics, that is great. I like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And let's go on to the marketplace here. They got VV Market comics and listings. The market has undergone two main updates. One, improved comic display and organization. Two, better formatting for long list of editions.
Mm. You know what they missed out, or
What are they
they
missing?
didn't they didn't they didn't fix the search feature, because when I'm searching for something,
Mm-hmm.
it's not it takes it doesn't show up.
It pulls no results.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's super buggy. And whenever let's say I'm looking for like Doom, enter Doom, like there's nothing. You know what I mean? There's like
Mm-hmm.
there needs to be some tags into all these collectibles, some keywords that need to be inputted. Um, I mean, let me see. Let me type in
That's
home.
strange because it did work before, but I noticed recently it stopped working since
Yeah,
Disney.
yeah, yeah. So it's been bugging out. So I don't know why they didn't like address the search, because if they expect people to just scroll through it, I mean, look, if you click on collectibles, right, in the marketplace. So what is their thought process when people are scrolling through this? Like, are these like the newly listed collectibles,
I believe they
or
have
are
it
these just
as,
like randomized? What
yeah,
what are we doing here?
by default it's sorted by listing, the newest listed.
Okay.
So
They
usually when something drops and it's hot on the market, that's how you usually find these like first when you open the market, they're listed
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
As
Gotcha. Well, I feel like they should make that known.
they yeah they need to make the filters a lot better. They
Yeah.
still have a lot of improvements to do here,
Yeah. They should have. Yeah, did something with the search,
but
because.
they definitely did hit on the comics, which is looks like what they were going for on this one.
Mhm.
Because if you actually go in the marketplace and into comics, I think this is a lot better. Of course, like still, I think their icons are just way too big. They can fit way more than this on the page, you know, because
Mhm.
their app gets buggy as you scroll down too much. And so I think they need to make these icons smaller just so you don't have to like scroll as much. Like they have
Well,
two per row. I mean, you could fit three and you'll have double
a
the
good.
information on here.
That's true. Yeah, because I think maybe they want it a little bit larger, because these comic books are pretty detailed, and I guess they want to make sure people who are browsing through these comics, they can see the artwork, and like what edition they're browsing through.
So have a preview button.
Hmm.
Have like an eyeglass icon on here that you can click on. You click the icon and it'll blow up the image on the screen for you,
Yeah,
like a little pop up. Have have that on the
yeah, that
page.
might be a good idea too. Mm.
But I do like how they have it organized. So if I do click on one of these comics, I now have all the rarities listed here because that used to be a pain in the marketplace because it was listing by newly listed and you know the search was never good. So I'm looking
Ah,
for like an ultra rare
okay,
of a
okay, yeah,
comic
yeah,
and
yeah.
that was
I,
such a pain.
I really like this uh, color code thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that way you know. So secret rare is the no wait, is it ultra rare that's the highest, or the
Secret
secret
rare.
rare?
Secret rare's gonna be
Okay,
red.
okay,
That's kind of close to
yeah,
ultra rare.
it's
Ultra rare
the
is
high.
orange.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Looks like in
I like this. I really like this feature where they kind of color coded it and just kind of
I have it listed
organized
here.
it
Yep.
in a way. Yeah, because it was difficult in the beginning, because before, whenever I clicked on comics, you would get like just a huge amount of listings of commons, and then you have to scroll through, and then you'll get uncommons, and like it's just kind of, like I said, not intuitive for the user to actually look for a specific type of rarity.
Yeah.
So
This is much better. I like it, but
it's better.
again,
Yeah,
what I
they didn't
don't
do.
like is I still have to scroll. Like they need to chill with the scrolling, make these smaller icons so you don't have to scroll.
Hmm, they didn't do that. They didn't do that with the collectibles, huh? Why didn't they
Well,
why didn't they compile them? Like,
from what they said here,
yeah.
like this color coding will eventually be rolled out app wide. So they
Okay.
may be working on something to collectibles as well. I feel
Yeah.
like the comics needed the most work. And then from there,
Yeah.
they're going to move to maybe adding series for collectibles as well.
Mm, okay.
But definitely makes sense. What I typically do is search the brand because that's the only way I can really list it a lot better. But series makes sense because even though like the whole Golden Moments brand, it's more than just the two set series.
Well, we're kind of SOL right now because the search feature doesn't even work right now.
Yep.
So
You pretty much have to use brand to find what you're looking for because when I'm searching
yeah.
for when I'm searching for something that hasn't been listed recently and I have to
Mhm.
scroll, the app gets buggy already. Too
Yeah,
much
it gets
scrolling
buggy,
bugs
and
up the app.
yeah, you kind of, yeah, kind of get a little annoyed of it.
Yeah,
So,
definitely like the color though, because that helps you. For those that are pretty visual, you'll notice that the color will draw your eyes to a certain thing a lot quicker. So if I'm quickly trying to snipe something, I'm coming into the marketplace, I'm quickly selecting a certain color because I know that's what I'm aiming for, versus trying to
yeah.
read common and uncommon. Like those are gonna throw me off a little bit as far as like text wise, ultra rare, secret rare, like same amount of characters, so it kind of throws you off a little bit. But when you see the color, it allows you to quickly target that to what you're trying to go to.
Mm.
But I definitely like the color. Yeah, I think they just need to work on making these thumbnails a little smaller because we can fit more in here. Like, yes, they look great. Throw an eyeglass icon to preview it if you want, and work off of that.
Mm.
All right, and they added, so aside from the color here, they added long list. It says, as VV has hundreds of thousands of market listings on a weekly basis, showing the image for each collectible or comic requires way too much scroll. Okay, so they addressed the scrolling, but they still have a lot of scrollings, which is weird. Okay,
Yeah.
so now when selecting a collectible or comic, the editions for sale are displayed in a list form. The buy now and auction tabs are still in place with updates, styling. Rarity and rarity colors are now displayed in the header. Okay. To view or purchase, tap on a listing you want to view the collectible detail screen. You can also tap the profile image or name to view the seller's profile. So I do like this. Looking at this, I do like this because it is much easier to see all of the prices, and you can also determine how the floor currently is. Like, you see right here, there's a few orders on a 15 gem floor,
Yeah.
but you can tell by something like this if the floor is very thin, because on this side you see the numbers kind of jumping up pretty quick, so it's like that's a pretty thin floor.
No, I really love this buy now feature, because whenever it helps me like analyze, like it's basically if you're familiar with trading, some people use technical analysis like charts and bars, but old school traders, they use level 2, which is basically like the order books and seeing what's being for sale, and stuff like that. So this kind of gives it that kind of vibe of like you can see the floor, or like the amount of sellers in a particular price range. So it's easier to see rather than me scrolling through and just kind of counting.
The
Counting through
amount you
like
can see is a lot better. Yes.
exactly, yeah. Like the number is more important to me versus looking at the actual collectible or the comics when I'm trying to buy, right? Because I'm trying to like I'm not only looking at the prices, but I'm also looking at the edition numbers, because like you could easily find like a low mint number that's worth just a couple of dollars more, or a couple of cents more, versus like a high mint number that's the floor price.
Yeah, this is much
So
easier to
I like it.
analyze.
I like this. So good job, VV, on this this little feature right here. I like it in the marketplace.
Also, you can see, like, from what I've noticed, is if someone is listing a lot of the same things. So like see, they got Shroud here, Mr. Shroud here. Like, if I see him listing like 10 of these right after launch for like similar prices, I'm like, it's kind of sus, Like, you see Shroud listing a bunch that he somehow got during drop for the same price on the floor. That's kind of weird,
Yeah, that is, yeah. Huh?
So that's something to look at. There's a lot of good things with this, but there's a lot of improvement I think they can do. For one, this is when I feel like they do need to at least include a preview of what you're actually trying to purchase here, because
Okay.
once you enter here, you now don't know what you're buying. You may forget, you may
Yeah.
forget you're buying
Well, I mean,
this.
they have it right there at in the top, the little name,
Well, it's the
Uncanny
text,
X-Men.
yeah, but they
Yeah.
don't actually see the collectible or the comic preview, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So what I'm thinking is that,
That's kind of user error though. You should know what you're clicking in if you're gonna buy something.
but it's a good preview reminder, and I
Yeah.
think they don't have to change too much, because some people like it, some people don't. So
Yeah.
changes I would make to this personally is they have the filter on the top right.
Yeah.
I would take that out because I don't think that's necessary. I
Okay.
think because what they have in the filters, there's some things that you just don't use.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think what is important is people do care about the price, right? They do care about the price and they do care about the edition numbers. That's why they have those two main ones listed here. They don't
Yeah.
care, like they don't care if you sort the sellers in alphabetical order or anything like that. They don't care about that. But
Do you think we care about the users that are posted here,
I mean,
or is that
they don't care to sort it by users.
okay?
They don't
Yeah.
care to sort it by the listing date. They don't care for that. You know, what they're looking for is mint number and price. Those are the two main things they're looking for. So
Yeah.
all they need to do is allow us to click on, like, whether they have a header or whatnot, is to click on that column and to sort it by the column instead of adding this filter box. This is something that's done in just about every table on the web. You could do it in Excel, any columns. You just sort it in order for that column just by
Yeah.
clicking on it. So if they just allowed you an option to click
Hmm.
on, like it says edition number, you know, like the header says edition number on the top. You click on that, it'll sort it from low to high. You click on it again, it'll sort from high to low. You click on the price, it'll sort that low to high. You click on it again, high to low. Something like that will eliminate the need for this pop up and then click and then choose where you're sorting by. Like, that's too many clicks. Like, it's 2021. It's almost 2022. People don't like clicking too many times. People don't like scrolling. People don't like clicking. Like, you got to
People
make
getting
those
lazy.
changes. You got to make those changes.
People getting lazy, man.
But definitely,
But
they also
yeah,
need a
yeah, I get
preview.
it. I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's all about user convenience, and that's what people are gonna really appreciate. But I do
Yeah.
like the list detail. But this is when I do feel like they need a preview. And like I said, they could have it. You know where they have the name right below it. Maybe there'll be like an arrow for you to expand it. You know, you could expand it, and then it'll push it down just a little bit and have the preview there for you. And those are for people that actually want to see the preview, so they could always expand it and then move it back up, so it's out of your way. Something like that is always available. And if you actually get rid of the filter icon on the top right, you can move the auction button up there so you save an extra row or use that row as the header.
Okay.
There's things that they can do, in my opinion, to improve this, but this is a start.
Yeah. I'm sure they're working on it, and they're definitely trying to give the best user experience because they have a a great opportunity right here to capitalize on like these kind of brands, you know. And I'm sure they don't want to mess it up, and I'm sure they're
Yeah.
willing to invest and put the development and the coding into making this app like the best user experience UI and UX for us. So
Yeah. UI is very important when it comes to mobile apps. So
yeah, yeah.
this is a step in the right direction, I feel.
Hmm. It's good. I like it.
Also, I think this is going to help with load times because now you have text instead of all the graphics that they're used to loading, which is going to help a lot for
Yeah,
loading.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah,
Before, because what do you see? Like, you see like 4 listings at a time. Like, that was not helping you very much. Seeing 4 graphics at a time. Now you're seeing it. I'm gonna pull a Cavell here. I'm gonna count this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see 10 listings instead of 4.
yeah.
It's a lot better.
Way better. I like it.
And like I said, they can always improve it. They can always make the text a little smaller or something just to save space. But hey, I mean, maybe the space is needed because maybe some people have fat fingers and they're just gonna misclick it with too small of a space.
Yeah.
But this is good. This is a good start. I like it.
Good start. I mean, you just gotta give them some credit. You know, what I mean, like they're I'm sure they're doing their best. They are doing their best, really. So, um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
they're
can't
making
always please
improvements.
everybody.
They're aware of it, so that's good.
Yeah. So hopefully they can address the whole bot issue and figure out I don't know that situation, but that's a tough one.
All things to be worked
Yeah.
on for sure. Yeah. Yeah, but I like that
Yeah.
they do have the button up here to go to the auction, and on the auction, like the auction is still kind of iffy, you know. But the same thing with the
Yeah.
auction here, to have those headers where you can sort it by like the dates, so it's easier to sort. Hey, what's expiring soon?
What
And
is the
then
thing?
the price.
Is the auction necessary though? You know?
I use the auction. I don't know.
You do?
So
Okay.
well, I don't know if I should say it for another video, but a little hint as far as what I do when it comes to this is I do like to go into auctions. I do like to look at things that are about to close and what is undervalued,
Yeah.
because you can get things for pretty cheap sometimes. Or I would just leave a bid on something and then check it later on to see what the price is closer to when it's ending, because it's a lot easier to monitor when it's something I've already bid on.
But wouldn't people just rather just sell the floor, or I don't know. That's I guess that's just kind of my kind of strategy
Well,
if I'm
so
trying to
it
sell things.
depends. If you bid on an auction, you're required to
Yeah.
pay for it. So if the
Yeah.
price actually drops on the item and you're the highest bid for that auction, you are
Yeah.
required to pay for it. So at the same
Okay.
time, you got to be smart about what you're bidding for, and
Right.
also the low mints. Some people don't know what to list the low mints for, and they just let it out in an auction. So
Okay. Well, fair.
auctions are a good spot to look to, you guys. If you guys want a video on that, or maybe a guide on how to use it to maybe flip or get things for a good deal, maybe we'll make a video for that too.
Yeah, we can definitely do it because I need to figure stuff that I don't know because I don't really use it, so
Yeah,
it'll
auctions are
definitely be able
good.
to be.
I'll give you a fill in on
Yeah.
that behind the scenes.
Actually, one of my I'm sure we're finished with this article, right? Is there anything else we need to address? No, that's pretty
This
much
is
it.
what I have updates here. Blindbox now showing sold out. Duplicate
Oh
comics are
yeah,
now grouped, and comic color variant floor prices now. I didn't know that wasn't, but yeah, looks like they were fixing some issues there as well.
cool, cool. Yeah, I like that. Floor prices now displayed correctly. Good. One of my I had a follower post something on Twitter mentioning about people in Asia or Australia using the VV app
Mm-hmm.
and how they're having major latency issues or something like that.
Hmm.
Like their ping is 230, which is kind of unfair, right?
That's pretty unfair, but
Yeah.
what the VV team also
So
is
how?
is facing similar things, because they're in
Yeah.
Singapore, and that's also overseas. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
I mean,
interesting.
how are they getting 230 ping if VV is
I,
unless their servers are located
yeah,
like
I
what
believe the
in
servers are
the
in
United
like
States or something?
Virginia. I believe they're in Virginia,
Okay.
so it's in the U.S. But
Mm,
overall, like there's never gonna be a solid answer to that, because
that's
someone is
tough.
always gonna be at a
Yeah,
disadvantage there. Yeah, that's gonna
for
be rough.
sure. Yeah. If only there was a way that VV can kind of figure out to do multiple servers and like drop maybe like a particular amount at a certain location, and equal amount, right? So that way there's a fair level playing field for everyone globally. Because I
Saying
feel like people in the
region wise.
yeah, I feel like some people in the United States I guess people in the United States are closer to the servers have a bigger advantage, and I feel sorry for the folks in Asia and Australia because they're not able to land these drops.
Yeah, it depends, but
So
overall, like I said, the drop game is one part of it, and then the secondary market
secondary
gains is
market,
another
yeah,
part of it. And
they're
this
just gonna have to,
this update to the marketplace and everything should help with that, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. But it's such a sucky issue, for folks that have to deal with that. So,
For sure,
but yeah,
yeah.
I'm glad my one of my followers pointed that out. I thought that was interesting. So appreciate you.
Yeah, good feedback. If you guys have any concerns or feedbacks, go ahead and leave those in our comments as well. We'll try to address them too.
Yeah, and I think it was JSMS0612. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Love it.
appreciate the feedback.
Yes, sir.
All right,
All
cool.
right.
Well, there you go. That's the article for the app. Let us know how you
Yeah.
guys felt about our feedback with this. If you guys feel the same way, or if you guys feel like our ideas suck, let us know.
Yeah. So we love to hear it. So we're always trying to improve as well. So,
Cool.
uh,
Well, yeah, go ahead
but
and,
yeah,
leave us comment, subscribe. Like I said, we're close to 100.
close to 100, trying to hit
Steve
it.
Rogers is ready for that giveaway.
Yeah, I'm ready to give this dude away. So he needs a new home.
He needs
He's
a
looking.
home.
If there's nothing else, then just want to remind you guys that we are all gonna make
We're
it.
all gonna make it.
All right.